Hello, and welcome back to the Whole Journey podcast. We want to always start off by thank you all for joining us on this journey. Thank you for all the feedback and for just coming along with us and enjoying our crazy, our journey. We got a lot of good feedback from the closure episode.
Yes, we did.
People like those. I heard, like, you know, it just was relatable. I think you said you heard some stuff.
Yeah,
too.
they're like, why are we in their business? Like,
it's real.
Yeah.
Like, we all figuring it out. But I think today's episode, it's gonna get spicy. I think
it's gonna be juicy.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be juicy, and I think it's gonna draw some comments, some feedback, some strong opinions
from everybody.
Yeah,
male and female.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so show it to your partner. Show it to your girlfriends.
Yes.
See if you can find a point of agreement.
Yes, this is a group discussion type podcast episode. So we're talking about pretty much becoming the list.
Yes.
And all of this started because Meketia saw a TikTok that was it was kind of, to me, because I rewatched it this morning, it was kind of hard to listen to. It kind of made me cringe in some areas.
Okay.
And we're gonna put the link to the TikTok so y'all can watch it to reference kind of what we're talking about. But it was Kendra G's TikTok, and I guess she has she does singles live.
I guess so.
I had never seen it before, but
like a dating
like
kind
the
of thing.
like the female version of Kevin Samuels is kind of the vibe that I got from her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on this episode, she was interviewing a guy, and the big header on the TikTok was that sometimes Black women have unrealistic expectations. And I just feel like a bomb need to drop there. Boom.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And, you know, when I first saw it, when you said it, I'm like, when I saw the caption, I'm like, this was my position when I first started. Like what he about to say?
Yeah.
When I saw it, I immediately knew we needed to brunch. Like, we needed to talk about it.
Yes.
Ooh. And so I went from like what he about to say to like, it was hard to listen to some of it.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I completely disagree with everything he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was harsh.
Yeah.
And
I found myself agreeing with quite a bit of it, actually.
Yeah.
It was harsh.
The delivery was a little harsh. The message?
Yeah. But, I mean, I think he had some good points.
Yeah.
He did.
So he was saying that he's not, he was a Black male, but he said that he was interested in dating other women because he felt like Black women had such unrealistic expectations and that we have crazy wants and needs that don't align with what we have going on. And I think that was
because he said he preferred to date other races other than his own.
Yeah.
And he said that he wanted someone that was more logical and down to earth, and he just has not been finding that in dating Black women and from looking at her podcast or her episodes. Because some of the people, I guess, that she have on there say, you know, they want all these things.
Yeah, they looking for a man who is making like $100K.
Yes.
Willing to, you know, keep them at home. Like,
Yes.
they be taken care of. What else do y'all hear? Like, those expectations.
He was saying he said finances. He said that he didn't make six figures.
Right.
Right.
He made, I
He was
think
like a
he's
plant
60.
manager or something?
Yeah.
Like
70,000.
70K. Yeah.
He was saying that some women were saying they would rather pay 100% than go half with a man.
Yeah.
He talked about gender roles. And so some of my questions are built on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with finances.
All right.
All right.
So he said that he was like, most of, I guess, either the people she interviewed or the women say they want, those top 10, top 15% earners. And I don't know if it's just because of where we live, like there are not just, I don't feel like, unless there's like, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, there are not that many 6-figure jobs just laying around here,
Yeah.
So what is y'all's opinion on when you talk about a list? And I know it's different for us because we're married, but we do a lot of coaching on your daily life. I'm like, we have a lot of input on your dating life. So what is our what's our requirement? What's our standard? What are our thoughts on finances and dating? Like, is there an income requirement? Because he said like he makes 70. He was like he would be okay with his woman making 30,000 because then they're bringing $100,000 into the household.
Yeah, but not really because taxes don't come out. You don't actually bring that home.
Right.
So we get that part.
Right. So is there a financial requirement? That's the first question.
Yes.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay.
I feel like either we need to be making the same or he can make more than me. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be the breadwinner in my relationship.
Ooh, yeah, I feel like some rocks just got thrown at you. I was like, ooh,
I don't desire to be the breadwinner in my relationship. I desire a man who can provide financially. Okay. And I don't want it to all fall on me because most of the times when women whoever makes the most money tends to hold the most responsibility financially. Mm. And so I don't want to do that.
So does the money, like whoever makes the most money, do they innately have the most power because they make the most money?
I think.
Well, so we've talked about this. Uh-huh. Oftentimes men say they're okay with a woman making more money than them. Yeah. But when it comes down till it happens, and then they get mean sometimes, or passive aggressive, envious, jealous of you, and so they end up taking that out on you.
Or they try to assert power in other ways.
Yes.
That's what will happen a lot.
Yes, I think that has a lot to do with the male ego, though. Yes. Because I feel like any good man wants to be a provider, right? And so I feel like it affects their ego when they feel like they cannot provide.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I want to dive deeper into he has to make more than you or the same amount.
Yes. We either have to be making the same or he has to make more than me.
Okay.
I don't want to be the one making the most money.
So for me, this is my take on it. I believe in a kind of I had a boss. We had a boss, and she taught me, because I wasn't married yet when I was working there, and she kind of explained like how her and her husband do things. So they do like a 70-30 split. Mm. They both put 70% of their income into the household, and then they keep the 30% to themselves. So it's like, at that time, I think she may have been making more than him. Mm-hmm. It's like we're both contributing 70% of what we earn to the household. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of takes off the pressure of, because what if you find a man that he a hard worker, he works, he go to work every day, but he work at a plant, and he the janitor at the plant. But he a good man, and he make $40,000.
See,
$30,000.
See, this is where we start the compromise and like
settling. Is it settling or compromising?
But is it settling?
I mean, if here we go with our list. Like, if the list is, I would like him to make more money than I do because I don't want to have to deal with the issues that come with, you got this, or trying to control behaviors because you feel a sense of inadequacy.
Yeah.
If that's
what if they have a set income? What if he's in the military? Joe Biden said what he gonna make. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if he has no control on his income? And that's, I think they get like step increases and stuff like that. But that's what he makes right now. Are you gonna tell, like, I mean, we're just speaking, like, are you gonna tell him like, no, because you make $45,000, we can't date? Or we can't.
I don't think you will. I think you'll do it case by case.
Case by case. Yeah. And do you have the desire to make more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we come from an era where we've been with our partners long enough to like build with them.
Yes.
And so we know what it's like when you are both in the process of building, when maybe he don't have a lot right now.
Yeah.
But we 15 years in, so we've been able to see what leveling up looks like. But for people who are, you in your 30s, you in your 40s, ideally he should have been doing some work along the way.
Exactly.
And I think that makes a lot of the difference. I met my partner we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
So in your 20s, you still figuring it out.
Exactly.
It's okay if he makes $20,000.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
But when you got like you're in your middle ages, you don't really want to do it.
But we talking about what's the median income in this area? There are not a lot of people that make over $50,000.
Really?
Median income? Oh, yeah, I'm a tax preparer. I see it. Like, even these people who make really good money at these, like, they've been at plants and stuff like that. That's, to me, I think that's coming. Maybe that's just coming from Palm Bluff. So many people work at, like.
Because we got those kind of things.
They make, $48,000 to $50,000. I mean, the teacher's salaries just bumped to a minimum of $50,000.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, is that a list requirement that's a disqualification? Like you disqualified if
like Keita just said, I think it's gonna be a case by case thing, but it is something I desire.
Okay.
It's for a person to either make the same as me or more. And if you're not making more than me or the same, do you have the desire to get there, or do you have a plan in place that you're currently working on to get to where you want to be financially?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think basing it on a salary is too much. I feel like you going to block a lot of people. And plus, even if he does make a lot of money, because we know people who make a lot of money, what's his debt to income ratio? Who all he got to pay child support for?
Exactly.
How deep are his relatives in his pocket? Because those things are going to impact how much he can contribute to your household, too.
Yeah.
And who's going to have a problem when he starts.
Yeah.
So you have to consider that. It may not be a dollar amount, but it may be about, like, how are you managing your finances?
Yeah.
What amount of free income do you have?
Because that dude may make $40,000, but he got a $120,000 savings account somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, because his
because of the way that they
house,
spend.
House paid off, car paid off, and he got savings.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big difference too.
Yeah.
But I think you also get, to me, this is my opinion, because I feel like me and my husband have gone through these phases, and at one point, he was bringing in a dough, and he was in his prime. And I told him recently, I said, hey, you got the smell in yourself. Like, I feel like when we was dating and he started making all that money, he got the smell in himself. And I feel like that's when a lot of our dating problems started. He had his little Benz, and with his Reggie B tags on the back, and the girls seeing him, he looking good, smelling good, pulling up in a sports car. He was feeling himself, and I feel like he got the showing out on your girl. Like,
so do you think that impacts the feeling that if he make too much money, he may be disrespectful and all that stuff?
To a certain extent, yes.
That's that Tyler Perry effect. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Like
I'm gonna leave it alone. All the good men are broke. Yeah. All the good men, all the hardworking men broke.
But I feel like, so I will say this. He worked very hard to get to that level. I appreciated that, but I also have to tell him, like, I'm pick 5 Bree. Like I've been there.
But gotta remind you, we was there together.
Yeah. Since we had $20 to share the whole week, like you gonna get a McDouble every single day for lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
but I feel like how long have y'all been dating though?
Yeah.
Since teens.
Yeah.
So y'all have gone through that and grown together.
Yeah.
So, and like Keita said, her and her husband been together since early 20s.
Yeah.
So in my 30s.
But I was saying that to say, sometimes when a man comes in with all that stuff, I don't know, he smell himself a little bit too much. It's just like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I make this, I got this. And you be like, okay, well, I got that too. Yeah. I just feel like they move a little different sometimes.
They probably do, especially in this area, because they know most women are not coming to the table with these same things, and they are looking to be taken care of. So if you find a woman who is used to poverty, and you buy her a good bag, and she feel like she leveled up, now she gonna tolerate the crap because you're providing her, a sense of security and financially, even though you're not really showing up emotionally.
Yeah. Right. And so I think that just, I don't know, like, you have to be careful with that also. Like, I think is the safer thing to say, to put on the list, financial responsibility.
Financially literate.
That. Or financial like an income
like a
cap.
Number. And then also, I'm going to say this. I'm not expecting, he got to make 6 figures or this. That's not what I'm saying. Because I do know that, as we all know, us as educated Black women, a lot of us are more educated than the vast majority of the Black men that we have, the pool that we have to pull from and date from. So I know, like, I'm not asking, he got to make 6 figures. He got, but come on.
Make something. Make good money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And know how, like you said, know how to manage your money.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people out there making a lot of money who can't manage it.
Come with your portfolio. Pretty much.
Your financial portfolio?
Come with your portfolio in about 90 days.
Yeah. Like once we get serious. Once we get serious, like we've been dating, we're moving on into that next commit. Like definitely before you move with, like you live with a person, like you need to know how financially responsible they are.
Right.
So yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But saying like, what's your
and when do you bring? We got to talk about that. I guess we talk about like when is it good to talk about finances and dating? But we're gonna get on that one on another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that can.
I believe in a timeline. Y'all know I do. Yeah. Put some numbers and some dates on this stuff,
but we have to give T a timeline with grace, because she'll write on her calendar like, okay, we started dating February 1st. She'll be texting us 90 days. Y'all, it's been 90 days and I still have not we have not discussed finances, and I was just letting y'all know that I've blocked him now. Like, we have to give.
I'm strict on that. Like,
strict.
It's been 1 month.
It's been 1 month.
It's been 1 month, and he has not.
We have not gone on a date.
Exactly.
And so, sir, your time is up here. Goodbye. So when we tell her timelines, we have to tell her now, Tanisha, like, timeline.
Approximately.
Right, yeah.
Approximately.
Snow days.
Yeah.
Because she'll come home and be like, my friend said that to give you 60 days to do this, and it ain't been 60 days, so I was just letting you know that we're done. Okay. Well, okay. That's finances.
Okay.
He talked about 50-50. I guess that kind of go into the finances, so we'll come off of that.
With the 50-50, now the way he said it, I felt like he articulated this really well. If he know they're not in a place where he can allow her to not work, then he should not expect her to do all the domestic labor.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Hey, I high five him on that, because a lot of times guys do bring home this $30K. They desperately need that second income, but you doing all the washing, you doing all the cleaning, you caring for the kids while he sit back and watch sports or hang out with friends. Like, no, that's not cool. If he is relying on your income, then he needs to be contributing to the household too.
Right.
I agree.
That's all I was just about to say.
Household labor, I would say.
He said, it's more than just the going half finances. Like he talked about like the woman. He said other women seem to be more concerned than black women. Like when he came home from work, he had a meal and this and that. So the question is, like, do you believe in gender roles?
To a certain extent. Like, I feel like everyone should contribute, because the gender roles naturally, I feel like the woman get the labor and all that, like the domestic labor, and that's not fun. If I work the same 40-plus hour week as you, what make you think I want to do everybody laundry?
Right.
What make you think I want to cook all the meals and make sure everything is clean? Like, the other person should be helping. We should do this together.
Yeah.
Like we contributing to these bills together.
Yeah.
So if you need my income, I also need your help in the domestic sphere to make sure everything is okay, so we both can sit down and relax, and there not be resentment building up. Because I'm watching you with your legs kicked up while I'm slaving.
Yeah.
And if I'm talking about this like I know what it's like, it's because I know what it's like. How dare you take a nap? How dare you get rest? I need rest too.
Yeah. That's what, because he brought up, like, cooking. Like, he was like, if she gonna cook, like, I'm a clean. Like, he was okay with, just like not setting certain gender roles. And I feel like in the beginning of our marriage, like if it was cooking happening, I was doing the cooking. But then actually I think my husband saw your husband cooking. And so he started to like take an interest in cooking, like finding new recipes and cooking and stuff like that. And so I could appreciate that. Like, we would have fun. We would be in the kitchen together, and it became something fun to do together. And it wasn't just like, oh, well, okay, what you cooking today? Like, I feel like growing up, like, my mama cooked all the meals. Like, I remember the first time they used to have men's fellowship at our church. And one day we were leaving church, and this man was telling my daddy, like, yeah, we can't wait till Saturday so we can get your eggs. And then me and mom was looking like, he cooked. We was like, what? He don't cook at home?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even know he could cook. Like, and so I think that's a big thing, like, knowing a man can contribute to, you can clean, you can help with laundry, you can cook. So is that a list requirement? Gender role, like how much, I guess, you contribute to the household. Is it a requirement for your man to be able to cook?
No. Okay. He don't have to be able to cook. But I feel like, gender roles, I'm not saying just a woman does this, a man does this. But there are certain things that you like for your man to do. Right. Like, okay, taking the trash out.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I feel like, I'm not going to say that's a man's job, but it's just something about a man taking the trash out. Taking my car to get an oil change. Yeah. Stuff that. Yeah. I feel like is a role that a man should take on.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'll do some soft stuff like, I'm going to make sure you got everything you need. Like, I see your deodorant running low. I see this is running low. I'm going to make sure I'm going to go, when I do my shopping, I'm going to make sure that you have your stuff that you need as well. Yeah. So I just feel like it's going to be a give and take, and we just take care of each other.
And you negotiate that. Because like I said, there were times when I would be doing stuff with a lot of resentment. But when I communicate that, you in there
making mop water and then pouring a whole bunch of bleach so you can knock him out. Like, are you trying to mop or sedate me?
Yeah, you do it like that. But I find that a lot of the things that we want don't happen because we don't talk about it. We think that they're supposed to just know. All right. And when I grew up, my daddy always took the trash out, or he always make sure my mom's car was washed on Saturday. Yeah. But if we don't talk about that with your significant other, because what if they grew up in a home where there was a single parent and the woman literally did it all? Yeah. They may feel like, well, my wife gonna do it all because my mom did it all. Yeah. So communicate that kind of stuff.
I agree, because you can't expect them to read your mind. Right. And I had to learn that.
I think for me, and maybe for you too, like our daddies probably had us. I know, like, I had probably some, I don't want to say
unrealistic expectations.
I was spoiled.
I feel like I was taken care of.
Yeah, let's
say that.
My daddy don't like the word spoiled. He'll say, like, you was well taken care of.
I don't like it either.
I was used to, like, I didn't maintain my car. I didn't keep my car washed or nothing. Like, I'm in high school and my daddy would come and pick my car up and take it to get it detailed and bring it back. So, like, I think Reggie learned real fast, like, she ain't finna keep no vehicle clean. Like, I just get in it and what's just in go, it. Yeah. Like, I learned, after coming to college and stuff like that, how to go get an oil change and things like that. But maintaining a car,
like, to this day, if me and my daddy are in a car together and I go get gas, my dad is pumping my gas.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
That's my dog.
Yep.
Yeah. That's I'm like, we had these, like, I don't know. I
think we had some great examples of
you did
how men should treat us and love us.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't feel like it's an unrealistic expectation, but it is maybe a you
gotta communicate it.
That if they didn't grow up seeing a man do those kind of things, they don't know that, oh, this is something I should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And I think I can speak for both of us. Like, the men we got, they was rough around the edges. So it was like a lot of teaching thing, like a lot of teachable moments. Yeah. Like, like, this is, like, this is what I expect. And
we got there.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Are you willing to learn, though? That's the big thing. Are you willing to learn?
So what is the requirement on the list when it comes to what that man does? I guess, like, okay, you said taking out the trash. What are some other requirements? He don't have to know how to cook.
No, you don't have to know how to cook. If you want to get in there and help, good. I mean, cool. Or
I've seen some TikToks that I think are really.
Some men can cook better than women.
Yeah, my dad did all the cooking. Yeah, my mom won't cook anything but breakfast.
Like, what? Yeah,
like he all our life he did the cooking, always.
Wow, I couldn't imagine. We would have been eating
eggs.
All day long,
breakfast and hot dogs.
He does the holiday cooking. I mean, he cooks very well. I do. Well, we kind of split cooking. The kids are involved in cooking now because they're older, but we split chores. Now my husband is not cleaning up anything. Like, let's be for real.
Yeah,
he will cook, but he won't clean. He'll do laundry when it's at the ceiling. But but yeah, that's what that looks like. Yeah. But I think those things you teach, like, y'all learn, because somebody might just like washing the dishes, and so they naturally do it. So I wouldn't. I guess that could go on the list, but
that's something you can work on.
Be high on my list.
For me, yeah. It's something we can work on.
Cleanliness.
Now, if I ask you
cleanliness, though, because what if you go to his house and
now that's different.
It looked like he ain't washed his sheets and...
Now that's nasty.
But wait, you get to that house and you get to clean it up. You think it's cute.
Yeah.
Until you get married to him and
realize, this is how you are.
Yeah. It's just this Negro right here.
You just nasty.
Just filthy.
And then I'ma leave it alone.
Yeah. It's cute looking. It's cute in that dating phase when you come over there, you cleaning up
because
and lighting candles.
Yeah, like you trying to get chose. Right.
So been there, done that.
You like, let me pick this stuff up. Then you get married, but like, did you really have to leave your underwear right there?
Exactly.
The basket is right there. Yeah. Put it on the side.
It's cute in that dating. Like,
let me tell you, when their version of home decor is spinners on the wall and like the big dog carpets.
Oh my goodness.
Just know, leave him that day.
Now,
yes, I think a man's
bachelor pad,
bachelor pad can tell you a lot about him. Like, I understand, y'all gonna go out on dinner dates and go to the movies, but sis, you may need to circle around to that house every once in a while because
see how he living.
If he living in filth, he probably his drawers probably nasty too. Like, it's just, if it's got a stitch, like, next.
Yes, Bree, because you about to get out of line. You about to have to make us put a little.
Okay. So going on into the podcast, like he started going in.
Ooh, in.
And he was saying that women say that they want one thing but end up having kids with something else. Mm-hmm. And he said, they be complaining like, he won't take care of his kids, he won't do this, and he was saying like, you knew that when you got with him. Like you already knew that about him when you got with him. Mm-hmm. So how can you complain? And then he even went into more to talk about height requirements. He was like, the woman will, she'll choose the dude that's, I take it that he's pretty short.
I did too. I felt like he was about 5'7".
Yeah. He was like, she'll choose the 6'4" dude all day long. So that's a question, like, and it's a funny, like, I'm not even look at you when I ask the question. Are there height requirements?
Yeah. No.
Because we'll nickname somebody in a heartbeat. Short stuff. There'll be short stuff. Dr. Doodle, like, we'll nickname you in a heartbeat.
I'm not going to say I have a height requirement. No, you don't have to be 6 feet. But we're the same.
Can't be shorter than you,
Can't be shorter than me because I'm already short. Short. I'm like 5'4". So I do like 5'7", 5'8".
5'5",
5'9".
What's the saying? You gotta be 5'5" to ride this ride or something like that. Like you ain't got that.
No,
5'5" is too short.
Because if I put on heels, I'm taller than you.
You are gonna hurt some feelings on this episode. He gotta make the men. You gonna have them in their feelings. They gotta be a certain height.
I see it like better than or equal to. That sound like your list. Yeah. You gotta be better than or equal to.
You gotta be this and nothing else. I haven't said that yet. I haven't said that yet.
So five.
I think like 5'6", 5'7", and up. Because I want to be, if I wear heels, I want us to at least be the same height. I don't want to be over you when I wear heels. So you wearing
heels on the first date?
No, I'm a sneaker girl. I wear sneakers on the first date. So it just depends on how I'm feeling. Where we going? Where we going for our first date will determine what I wear.
Okay, so you're dating a guy. You meet a guy on Facebook dating.
I already know what we're doing.
And y'all talking.
You go on the date.
First date.
He's sitting down, stand up to give you that hug.
And
he's short.
You like, oh.
I'm like,
is it done?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you bro down. It's done.
So that height just friend zoned him real quick.
Nah, because he must have lied because they be having the heights listed on there. So if you...
Oh, they do?
Yeah, people put the heights on there on the apps. So if I show up and I'm taller than him, that means he lied. And that's a no-go because you already starting off on a bad foot.
Okay.
You a liar.
So you would already know.
Yeah.
So, okay, what if it's not the friend, nothing? Okay. Like, you don't know his
What if
height.
my friend be like, hey, I got a friend for you?
Yeah.
And
not me, though, because I am done with that. But, yeah, another friend tell you they got somebody for you. And they, y'all start talking. Y'all start dating. They were talking on the phone. Y'all have great conversation. Y'all are really vibing. And then y'all meet in person, and he's little. What happens?
I'm not sure.
Done.
I'm not sure.
You'll be done.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I would prefer
how good it was.
I would prefer that he be taller than me. That's just gonna be my preference.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. So we got a financial requirement on the list, and we got height requirements on the list. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's not too bad. The guy talked about
what else? You said something before height. He said about they have kids.
Yeah.
And they want to date.
Well, he was giving the example. I think he was okay with like a woman having a child, but he was like, you have 3 kids, 3 different daddies, and now you have this, expectation that you want your dude to, you want this
be all these
6-figure guy.
That the men
none of the ones you've been with before were that.
Yeah. So like for me, like even to say like, oh, I'm not gonna date a man who has kids. I have a son. Yeah. So what do I look like saying I'm not gonna date a man who has a child? Now I can have a cap.
I think it's a needle in a haystack nowadays too. Like at our age, like I feel like you either have a kid, you've been married, like it's something, you're gonna have a child.
Yeah.
So you're okay with them having kids.
Yeah, kid or kids, but I feel like I can put a cap on it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna date somebody who has like
8, 9,
4.
Yeah.
4 kids, a whole bunch of baby mothers. Like if I don't want to put myself, like I know what I want, and I know in my experience of as a mom, a mother. I wasn't gonna say I was gonna call myself a baby mama, but I'm not that. But like me as a mother, I know what it's like. So to bring myself into another situation with multiple women, multiple baby mothers, like no.
That's a you want to give your take on that? Like I'm sitting here calculating my thoughts about
multiple
men with kids.
Men with kids,
and dating and marrying a man with kids.
Yeah.
Get ready to have a strong prayer life.
Yeah.
And allow God to guide you in that, because it's not for everybody. I think I did a really good job, and I'm doing a good job of it, but I do understand that it can be tough. And it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
So I always said that was a deal breaker for me. Like if a guy had kids, I'm instantly not interested. But when I met my husband, he did have kids, and I was wanting to break up. Like we wasn't even official, but I was talking to some girlfriends at the time, and I was just like, it's over for us because he got kids, and I'm not even doing that. And she was like, girl, if you don't stop, you got stuff that he don't like. Like she just kind of was putting things into perspective. So I continued to talk to him, but I talked to him kind of from a distance, like, when you said because in my mind, I feel like at this point, we just prayer partners. Cause, bro. Yeah. Because I don't see myself doing this, but I've done it.
Yeah.
And we've got through the hard parts, and, it's peachy now, but it is not for everybody. And you got to have a partner who understands what is... Well, I don't know if I could say that either, because he didn't understand, because I came with no kids, no baggage. Like, to me, I was living my best life when I got into the relationship with him. But the kids were not we were weekend warriors. And that's what I say when, like, you only see these kids every other weekend. Mm-hmm. So they weren't a big part of our dating experience until I had my first child. Mm-hmm. Then it was, like, every weekend, moving in. Like, it was overwhelming. Like, I went from being just a single person to a married person, just a couple, to have my baby, and now I got
other babies too.
Yes.
Yeah. More babies.
Yeah. Pray about that.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's it.
That's all I got.
Next.
So let's end here. What does the list look like? Like, what is the definite list? Because somebody told us they have two separate lists.
Yes,
they have a dating list and a marriage list. But this was a male, and so it's like, how can it be two? Because, but see, I
that's
think
another episode though, because I got so much to say about this.
That's reflective on men and how they date.
Yeah.
Like, we're dating to marry,
and for them, know that
they just date.
But how you hear,
this is a wife.
You know how you hear all those people say that a man know who he want to marry, and he know it quickly. I think that may have a lot to do with those dating this chick versus the person I want to marry list. And you got to be careful, because you can screw up in the dating and disqualify yourself from marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I want to see both of his lists.
Yeah.
Because I have a theory about things that we do when we date.
Yeah.
That we feel like, oh, it's cool,
Yeah.
But now dating, you just disqualify yourself for the marriage. Because now he's seeing you differently.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, do we believe in lists? That you should have a list?
Well, so that was always my thing, like a list. But then I think I told you this. I was listening to Michael Todd, and he always gathering my life. And he was saying something about, like, tear the list up.
Rip up the list.
Up the list. And it was reflective for me, because I think about, if I had a list, what that list would have looked like, and how much it would have disqualified my husband now.
Yes.
He would not have been on the list.
Yes.
He wasn't on mine. I just
told
you.
It's so many things that would have disqualified him, and I fully believe, like, he is my person. He's my best friend. And so it's like, with that list had been a gatekeeper from him and me and him.
Yeah.
So that's why, but like I said, like you said, we've been with them for a while, so we've built, our lives together. But even now, like, I think that's just, when you're dating somebody, it's going to be things that you don't like about them. But I guess, yes, I believe in a list, but I think that list has some grace.
Have some flexibility in there a little bit.
I got a little different take on the list because of Michael Todd. I think that lists are for people who plan to date in a secular way. I think that when you start developing your relationship with God, one of the things that you surrender is that list.
Yeah.
So that you can open yourself up for the person that God wants to bring into your life. I always explain my husband as the person that I didn't know I needed, but God knew. Because he has been able to develop and pull out things in me that I don't think anybody else that fit that list would have done, because I did date according to the list, and that list will always get me hurt.
Yeah.
But love is not supposed to be a painful experience. For people who don't know God, it can be, but that's not really love, because knowing God is to know love. So you have to be careful. I think lists are for people who don't understand that God is a provider, and he will provide the people that you need.
Not what you want.
So if I'm dating them out of my own efforts and my own strengths, I need a list.
Yeah.
But if I'm surrendered and I'm surrendering all of me, my list got to come with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So are you keeping your list?
So honestly, I don't really have a list anymore. The last time we talked,
I bet the people you didn't date, they like, she lying.
I don't have a list anymore. I had a note. I had a running note. But I got to that point, Keita, where I prayed to God. It's like, send me who you have for me.
Yeah.
Because they might not look like what I think my husband is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Because I have like a type. Yeah. Everybody has like their preferences and a type. And I'm like.
Do you see me agreeing?
Yeah.
So the list.
My husband might be
the list becomes discernment.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's discernment. Because you can pick out behaviors now. In your growth, you're able to see stuff now and just be like, I don't want that, and block.
Yeah.
But you would have, had you been going by your list, you would have said, well, they checking 8 out of 10, so let me. Yeah. But now the Holy Spirit is like, no, he ain't need to get out to pump your gas.
Yes.
Going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So your list is not a list.
Nope.
So we do believe in lists. We don't believe in lists. What are we? What's our general consensus here?
What we doing here?
We never have a general consensus. That's the general consensus. Yeah. We never have one.
I don't have a list. I'm just gonna say that. So for me, I do not have a list.
I wish I would get on here and say I got a list.
Yeah, I don't have a list.
Bust through this door. What list? What the list for?
You don't have a list.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I know what I'm looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not like checking them off, but it's like, okay, taking notes, praying on it.
What are the things that you absolutely are looking for in a man?
The non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Ooh, the non-negotiables. So I want someone who's definitely financially literate. Someone who is a Christian, a man of God, someone who loves God more than he loves himself. Because if he loves God more than he loves himself, he'll know how to love me. Someone who's okay with being a stepdad. Like someone who is okay and willing to love my son as their own. Not that he needs a dad because he has an awesome dad, but for someone to come in and to be a bonus male figure in his life and love him and guide him and give him direction. Yeah, I have to think on that some more. But those are the things that pop in my head. Like I'm not wavering on. Yeah. And definitely how you treat me, how you talk to me. I will not tolerate disrespect. I don't tolerate people getting loud, cussing me out. My daddy never talked to me like that, so a man definitely will never talk to me like that. Yeah. So those are just things that.
Okay. That's good.
That is good.
It's a man somewhere writing it down like she said.
Let me pause. Or it's a woman out there like, man, I need to rip up my list and I really need to go to God and see what, or just capture the non-negotiables.
But we have to put a disclaimer out there because we're not telling you to rip up your boundaries, sis. Like we said the list.
Yes.
We said the list. We're saying like he has to be this height, this I don't know.
Those superficial things.
Yeah.
Words out my mouth.
This skin color, like rip that kind of stuff up. But those boundaries and those core values that you have, you hold on to that. And you listen to your gut. Like women have to learn how to do that. Like if your gut is telling you like, I don't know about this.
Stop giving the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Like
and
listen
find
to
good friends. Find good friends who are going to pull you back to center with who you are. Because sometimes people can push you into like, girl, he driving this and you don't. No, you need somebody to say he don't really align with who you are.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And if it's a friend like me, I'm gonna hold them grudges way harder than you.
Yeah, you are.
That's all I got to say. That's it.
Pastor gonna eat her up tomorrow. Don't worry. She gonna eat her up in church. Yeah, she gonna get it.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I think they know this by now. Yeah. Like you don't get to treat my friends any kind of way and think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be mad. They gonna be okay, but I'm gonna be mad. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's becoming the list. Tear up the list, but keep your boundaries and your core values.
Yes.
That was good. This was a fun episode.
It was
fun and funny.
Yeah.
So,
because we're going to laugh.
Oh, yeah. We're going to laugh at people, laugh with people.
Laugh at ourselves.
We're going to laugh.
Okay.
Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like Keita said, share this with somebody. Have a conversation. If you're dating, talk to your partner about this. Share it with your girlfriends. And
leave your comments so we can know what you thought.
Yes, let us know what you think. And that's a female perspective on things. So guys, take notes because we know what we're looking for, so do what you will with that. But until next time, I am Breonna.
I'm Meketia.
And I'm Tanisha.
And this is the Whole Journey Podcast.